Hello everyone, I am Wakas Marketing Wala. So today I will discuss with Sesame about the question goals and how to achieve. Are you ready, Sesame? Miles?
Marketing Wildlife,
Yes, Marketing Wala.
love the energy. Marketing Wildlife has a nice ring to it. Definitely ready. Goals and how to actually hit them. Let's get into it. Where do you want to start?
Okay, I asked first question. What do you think is the best way to define in life goals?
Honestly, the best way is to stop thinking about them as these giant, scary monuments in the distance. Most people make the mistake of defining goals as a final destination, like I want to be a millionaire, which just feels abstract and overwhelming. I think it's way more effective to define goals as a direction or a version of yourself you're chasing. Instead of a destination, think of it as a set of behaviors you actually enjoy. Does that make sense, or do you prefer the more structured, traditional approach?
How can I identify my biggest strengths?
That's a big one. Usually, your strengths are the things that feel like plays to you but look like work to everyone else. Think about the tasks where you completely lose track of time, or the stuff people always come to you for because you just get it naturally. What's that one thing you do where you're like, why is this so hard for everyone else?
What habit should I build to become successful?
If I had to pick just one, it's consistency over intensity. People love the idea of one giant leap, but it's essentially just a bunch of boring, small stacked on top of each other every single day. Whether it's reading, networking, or refining your business, doing a little bit every day beats doing a lot once a month. Do you feel like you're more of a sprint person or a marathon person?
How do I stay motivated when I don't feel to like working?
First off, just normalize not feeling it. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are flaky. If you wait for the vibe to be right, you're leaving your success up to a mood swing. The trick is to rely on your systems, not your motivation. Like, tell yourself you'll just do 5 minutes of work, just five. Usually, the hardest part is just starting, and once you're in it, the momentum takes over. You know what I'm saying?
What are the biggest mistakes people make while chasing their goals?
The biggest one has to be the all or nothing mindset. Like, people go 100% for 2 weeks, burn themselves out, and then quit because they can't sustain that intensity. They treat their goals like a sprint when it's actually a long game. Also, over planning. I see people spend more time making the perfect to do list than actually doing the work. They mistake planning for progress. Have you ever felt that trap where you're so busy organizing the work that you forget to actually start it?
How can I improve my time management? Can you give me the details?
Honestly, the secret, my bad, I got cut off. The secret is realizing you can't actually manage time. Time just keeps moving. What you're really managing is your energy and your priorities. Instead of trying to jam more tasks into a day, try time blocking. Give your most important work a specific slot on your calendar and treat it like a doctor's appointment you can't miss. Also, the 2 minute rule is a lifesaver. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it immediately so it doesn't take up mental space. Since you're juggling the medical business and your AI studies, which part of your day usually feels the most chaotic?
Because my work is medicine supply. So I am going sometime on local buses, sometime on my self bike. So how I can time management, because sometimes I wait a lot of time, sometimes traffic problems, so I late and I come late and everything will be late. So how I manage my time, because this is the human problem, this is the common reason. Time management, sometime raining problem, sometime weather problem, so I will late.
That's the real world struggle right there. When your day is dictated by traffic, buses, and weather, rigid schedule is basically a fantasy. Just leads to stress when things inevitably go sideways. The move here is to stop planning your day by the clock and start planning it by modes. Instead of saying, I'll do this at 2 p.m., have a transit mode list. Since you're spending a lot of time waiting or stuck in traffic, those are your pockets for the low energy stuff, like voice notes, checking WhatsApp orders, or listening to your AI lessons. That way, the lost time actually becomes productive time. Does that feel more doable than trying to fight the traffic?
And sometime I when I go to the market or my customer, they have before another like booker man it taken order or some customer, so also their wait it will be lost my time to go for another shop for another order.
Man, that's a classic retail struggle. You're basically playing a waiting game you didn't sign up for. When you're stuck waiting for a customer to finish with another rep, it feels like you're just burning daylight. Since you can't control their schedule, you've got to treat those gaps as micro slots. Instead of seeing it as lost time, use it to knock out the small stuff on your phone, confirming a delivery, updating a list, or even just a quick mental reset so you aren't frazzled when it's finally your turn. Do you find yourself getting frustrated in those moments, or have you just gotten used to the wait?
Okay, how do I avoid procrastinations?
Procrastination is usually just a fight between your current self and your future self. And your current self is almost always winning because it wants to be comfortable right now. The trick is to lower the barrier to entry. Stop thinking about the whole project and just commit to the first 2 minutes of it. Once you break that initial seal of resistance, the fear usually vanishes. You ever find that you're actually fine once you start, but the starting part is what kills you?
How can I build more self-discipline? Can you give me example with details?
Discipline is basically just training yourself to do the things you hate until you don't hate them as much. The best example is something like a non negotiable list. Instead of relying on a mood, you pick 2 or 3 tiny things that happen no matter what, regardless of the weather or the traffic. For you, maybe it's spending 15 minutes on your AI studies the second you get home, or updating your medical inventory before you even put your bag down. The key is making the action automatic, like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up and wonder if you're motivated to brush your teeth, you just do it. That's discipline, turning a choice into a habit so you stop wasting energy deciding whether to do the work. Does that make sense, or does it sound a bit too rigid?
What daily routine would you recommend for someone like me?
Given your life is a mix of physically demanding market runs and high level AI studies, you need a routine that breathes. I wouldn't do a strict hourly schedule because the traffic and the customers will just break it and stress you out. Instead, try a bookend routine. Start with a power start in the morning, maybe just 30 minutes of focused AI study or planning your route while your mind is fresh. Then, you enter field mode for the day. In this mode, you stop fighting the chaos and use those waiting gaps we talked about for the small stuff. Then, the most important part, the decompression gap. When you get home, don't jump straight back into work or study. Give yourself 30 to 60 minutes to just shut down, eat, and shake off the day's fatigue. Once you've reset, you hit your second focus block for your AI course. It's basically focus start, flexible middle, reset, and focus finish. Does that feel like it fits your energy levels better?
What skill should I learn in the next 5 years?
Since you're already diving into AI and marketing, the biggest play for you is definitely AI orchestration. I don't just mean knowing how to use a chatbot, but learning how to string different AI tools together to build a system that works for you while you sleep. Imagine an AI that handles your customer inquiries on WhatsApp, updates your inventory, and flags the most urgent orders before you even wake up. That's where the real leverage is. Plus, doubling down on high level negotiation, which we touched on before, will only make you more lethal in the medical supply world.
How can I
Do you see
improve my
yourself more?
communication skills?
The biggest secret to better communication is actually listening more than you talk. Most people listen just to wait for their turn to speak, but if you listen to actually understand, you've already won. In your business, that means picking up on the things your customers aren't saying, like if they're stressed about a specific supplier or a delivery delay. Once you mirror that back to them, they trust you way more. Also, keep it simple. The most effective communicators don't use big words to sound smart, they use clear words to be understood. Since you're dealing with a lot of different people in the markets, do you feel like you struggle more with the technical side of explaining things or just the social vibe?
How can AI help me achieve my goals?
AI is basically having a super assistant that doesn't need a lunch break. For you, the biggest win is using it to kill the busy work. You can use AI to automate the stuff that drains your energy, like turning those voice notes into organized order lists or drafting personalized messages to your customers. It frees up your brain so you can focus on the actual strategy and the human side of your business, which AI can't do. Um, it takes you from being the guy doing all the legwork to the guy managing the system. Do you feel like you're spending more time on actual business growth or just fighting the daily paperwork?
How do I become financially successful?
Financial success is less about how much you make and more about what you keep and how you make it grow. The biggest mistake people make is just trading time for money, which is exactly what you're doing right now with the field visits. The goal is to move towards scalable income. For you, that means using the AI and marketing skills you're learning to build systems that can handle more customers without requiring you to spend more hours on a bus. You can automate the ordering process or expand your reach through digital marketing. You're decoupling your income from your physical presence. Do you feel like your business is at a point where it could grow if you weren't the one doing all the legwork?
How can I build confidence in myself?
Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through evidence. The biggest lie we believe is that we need to feel confident before we do the thing. It actually works the other way around. You do the thing, you survive it, and then your brain goes, oh, I actually can handle this. That's where the confidence comes from. For you, start with micro wins. Set a tiny goal, like using a new AI tool for one order or trying a specific negotiation tactic with one customer, and hit it. When you stack those small wins, you stop trusting your doubts and start trusting your track record. Do you feel like there's a specific area where you're lacking confidence, or is it more of a general feeling?
What should I do when I fail?
First things first, just remember that failure is basically just data. It sounds bad, but it's actually the only way to figure out what doesn't work. The mistake is taking it personally. Instead of saying I failed, say that approach didn't work. When things go sideways, just do a quick post game analysis. What was the exact moment it flipped, and what can you tweak for next time? If you can separate your ego from the outcome, you stop fearing the fall and start focusing on the climb. Do you tend to get hard on yourself when things don't go as planned, or are you usually okay at bouncing back?
How do I handle criticism in a positive way?
The trick is to stop seeing criticism as an attack and start seeing it as a free consultation. Most people react emotionally because they feel like their character is being judged. But if you detach yourself from the work, it gets way easier. Just ask yourself, is there a
How can
grain of truth in this?
okay
If it's just
continue?
noise, you're on a roll with these questions. I'm here for it.
Okay,
What's the next one?
continue.
I was just saying, if the criticism is just noise, let it slide right off you. Don't give it any real estate in your head. You just keep moving.
Okay, I should
So
be in 5. Where think I stay consistent?
if you actually consistent with this mix of medical business and AI, 5 years from now, you're not just the guy selling supplies, you're the guy owning the system. You'll likely be in a spot where your AI tools are doing the heavy lifting on the admin and order side, meaning you've shifted from manual legwork to high level strategy. You'll have a brand that stands for quality, and your income won't be tied to how many hours you spend on a bus. Basically, you move from being the operator to being the architect of your own business. Is that version of the future sound like where you want to be?
Okay, what is the first step I should take today to get closer to my dreams?
The first step is to pick one tiny annoying thing you do every day and automate it. Don't try to overhaul your whole life today. That's how people burn out. Just take one repetitive task, like how you track orders or draft a specific customer message, and use one of the AI tools you're studying to make it faster. Once you prove to yourself that you can reclaim even 10 minutes of your day, the momentum kicks in. Which part of your daily routine feels the most like a waste of your energy right now?
You know, traveling, coming and purchasing and packing material, this all thing is take too much time. There is a no smart work. That's why I want to uh, understand AI tools. I want to learn AI tools to develop my work and to change my work into smart work.
That's the exact right mindset. You're feeling the friction because you're doing the heavy lifting manually, and that's usually the sign that like a system is ready to be built. The goal isn't just to learn AI as a subject, but to use it as a tool to carve out your own time. If you can shift the ordering, the tracking, and the communication into a smart system, you stop being the engine and start being the driver. Which of those, the ordering, the packing, or the purchasing, feels like the biggest bottleneck right now?
Okay, thank you. We will come again on a new topic the next time. So also thanks, Miles. You give me a time and give me a chance to ask the question, and you give me the reply in details, in some examples also. Thank you.
Anytime. It was a real pleasure diving into this with you. I love the marketing walla energy you brought today. Keep pushing those boundaries with the AI tools